In this video I'm going to review this concrete remover from Autosmart. This is the Autosmart Congo, and I'm going to try it on this nearly new van and then also have a go on some very old concrete on an old cement mixer. So I've never used this before. I thought I'd film this as I use it for the first time, and I bought it to use on this van because this supposedly is safe to use on metal, plastics and rubber. On the Autosmart website it says Congo is a safe and effective product for removing concrete, cement, grout, quarry dust and limescale, and is the perfect choice for customers that want to remove concrete or cement from expensive or delicate equipment and those concerned with health and safety. It is safer and more pleasant to use than traditional acids that are used for concrete cleaning. It is extremely safe on a wide range of surfaces such as paints, switches, dials, rubbers and metals, and unlike strong acid products which cause corrosion. It effectively removes concrete, cement, grout, quarry dust and hard water scale without damaging the surface. It's non-corrosive and surface safe formulation, perfect for delicate surfaces, most paintwork, glass, stainless steel, aluminium, plastic and rubber, low odour and no harmful fumes. It's also silicone free. And the instructions are: Congo has been developed to remove concrete and other calcium-based soils without the corrosion issues associated with conventional products. Use the product neat or dilute up to 1 to 3 depending on the degree of soiling. Apply using a brush or spray and fully wet the surface. Leave to dwell, ideally overnight, and then you remove with a pressure washer. It does not contain hydrochloric acid or other mineral acids. But you should not use Congo on galvanized steel. I bought this 5 litre container from an eBay seller online, or if you're in the trade you can buy this from your Autosmart rep, and it's available in 5 litre, 25 litre or 205 litre containers. So the reason why I bought this product is I've got a Ford E-Transit electric van here, and this has only done 1,000 miles and is still like new, but someone has previously got cement dust in the back here, in the latch here, on the bumper and the door seal, and also that gap all the way along there between the door seal and the bodywork. And I didn't want to risk using a wire brush or a screwdriver to get this cement dust out, because I don't want to damage the paintwork, because this vehicle has only done 1,000 miles, as I said, and it's still like new. So that's what I'm going to try it on today. We'll brush some Congo on here, leave it overnight, and then get the pressure washer in and see whether this all comes off, and then we'll also try it on anything else I can find that's got some old concrete on. So while this isn't like your traditional acid concrete cleaners, it is still corrosive, so you still got to wear some gloves and protect your eyes as well. So I poured some of this out in this spray can cap here, and as you can see it's a clear watery liquid, and I'm just going to paint this on neat with this little paintbrush, but I am using a very small brush here because I want to be very accurate where I put it, just so it's not on the paintwork, because this is still almost a new vehicle. So I'm just going to be very careful how I apply this. But as you can see, when you put it on, it foams up and is starting to dissolve that cement straight away. So I might not leave this on overnight. I might just leave it on through the day, and then later on this afternoon see how much it's dissolved before I risk leaving it on all night. But if this wasn't such a new vehicle, then I wouldn't really care so much. I'm just being very careful here as it's the first time I've used it, and I don't want to take any chances. Like there, I've just dripped a bit onto the bumper, so I'm going to wash that off before that stains. And also this is safe to use on rubber as well, so let's go along that rubber door seal there and see if we can get the cement off this as well. So for the plastic bumper here, because the concrete is almost just like a concrete dust, I've diluted this with some water, and hopefully that's going to be a little bit more gentle and isn't going to stain the black plastic. But I don't think I'm going to leave this on very long. I think I might get the pressure washer out in an hour or so and blast along here to see whether this cleans, and then I'll leave this for much longer and we'll see what this comes out like. So after only 15-20 minutes maximum, I have just been along here with the pressure washer because I thought I'll just play it safe, and it's, well, there's a little bit there, but yeah, it's all gone. So I've only cleaned the plastic bumper so far, and to just go along the rubber, so there's bits here which haven't dissolved yet, but as I said, it was only 15-20 minutes. So I'm going to put a little bit more on this rubber. There's a few little bits which I didn't do on the plastic, but yeah, clearly it works well. So this is much thicker. This is as thick as about 8mm there. So I will leave that until the morning, let that soak overnight. But clearly it starts working straight away. It is dissolving the concrete and it's turning it to a mush. So it's been about an hour and 3/4 or so since I first put the Congo on the cement on the back of this van, and I would just add, this was cement, it wasn't concrete. This wasn't mixed up concrete, this was pure cement powder which had gone hard. So I have already cleaned this once and put a second coat on, and most of it has come off, but there's still a few bits along there. It's all come off the bumper just fine. And then in here where it's really thick, I have just tapped it with a screwdriver to see if some of the big chunks will come out, and it's falling apart. And before, this was absolutely rock solid. So as you can see there, it hasn't gone all the way through the cement, but it's starting to come apart. So it's actually doing a very good job, and crucially, the paintwork isn't affected. So what I'm going to do is remove these chunks which have come out, give this a coat, and then leave this for probably 3 hours or so, and not leave it overnight, and that will probably do it in this case. And then along the bottom of the doors I had marks all along here, and I wasn't 100% sure whether that was actually cement, but it was. A lot of that has come off, and I've got another coat on there cleaning that up. I've put it all inside the latch there, and it's removing the cement from there. And then I found inside the rubber trim here there was cement, so I've put it in there, and as you can see, this is all dissolving and will all wash off now as well. So certainly if you left it overnight as per the instructions, it would certainly turn all this concrete to mush and you'll be able to wash it off. But I'm just being a bit cautious with this because it's a new van and this is all sort of fairly new paint, and I've got all this rubber and this plastic trim which I just don't want to stain. So I'm only going to leave it a few hours, but I've already proved that it is doing its job and the paintwork is unmarked. 90% of the viewers of this channel are not subscribed. I'm sorry to ask, but it would help greatly if you would. Just press the subscribe button. It's free and it shows YouTube you like this sort of vehicle related content. If you want to be notified when new videos are released, please click on the bell button also. Thank you, it really helps more than you would imagine. So we're now the next day and this has been left overnight, but there's still solid concrete there. So it hasn't penetrated all of it. But as you can see, a lot of it has gone, well, most of it's gone, but this is really tough concrete here. The other bit has turned to mush, and along the bottom of the doors this is all coming off nicely. So I think what I'll do is just clean this up with the pressure washer and see what's left. So I've given this a good go with the pressure washer and it's all gone from the bottom of the doors and from inside the latch and from inside that rubber. There's still a little bit there on the door which I'll have to have a go at, and then on this door it's pretty much gone. There's just a little bit here, tiny little bit, which I'll have to have a go at, but that is just absolutely rock hard. And then there's a little bit there. This was particularly thick on the corners, but as you can see it's virtually all gone from along there, and crucially the paintwork hasn't been damaged at all, and it's all gone from inside the rubber. There's a little bit there which I've got to have another go at, but the rubber's not stained, the plastic bumper's not stained, but here there's still some left. But as I said, this was pure cement and not concrete, so you know, concrete's 25% cement, 75% sand, so I suspect if this was concrete it would have dissolved first time. This is particularly tough, but as you can see most of it's gone from there. There's still a bit at the back of the latch, and that's clearly where I wasn't getting enough in there, but this was very thick, and this is absolutely rock hard. It just will not budge. But anyway, I'll dry this off, put some more product on, maybe leave it overnight, and that will probably go in time. But it's done a good job. I could probably put the door seal back and it would be good enough, but I'm going to see if I can get rid of all of that. But the main thing is it hasn't caused any damage to the paintwork or the rubber or the plastic. So I've got a lump of cement here out of that latch, and you can see why the Congo product is struggling a little bit here. It is dissolving the top, as you can see, but it's taking many coats. But this is absolutely solid, pure cement powder. So test number 2. Let's see how well this Autosmart Congo does on a 25-year-old cement mixer. But again, I think this test might be a little bit too vigorous for this product. But anyway, we'll see how it performs. We've got some thick concrete along the outside here. What's inside is going to be a little bit fresher, but still many years worth of dried concrete in there. So I've put some in this tin, and I'm going to just cover the inside and outside of this drum with the Congo, then leave it overnight, pressure wash it off and see what it does. And I'm also going to do the painted parts of the drum, so we can see that it doesn't remove the paint, but as you can see it starts working straight away. That's foaming up and reacting with the concrete, but I really don't expect for a minute it's going to get any of this off on the outside edge here, but maybe inside the drum it might do a bit better. We'll see what this is like in the morning. So it's now the following morning, and yeah, I'm not really expecting good results. So anyway, let's get the pressure washer on this and see what comes off. As predicted, it hasn't got an awful lot of it off, but I don't think this was a particularly fair test. However, you can now see orange paint on this half of the drum, which you couldn't do before. So it has got a layer of concrete off, and this side of the drum is all concrete free, and it hasn't stripped the paint. And inside the drum it's removed some, but it's still pretty similar. I thought I might have been able to find some dirty tools like a shovel or something with cement on, but I just can't find anything else to test this on. However, I bought the product to clean the cement off the back of this van without damaging the paint, and it's done exactly that. So it's done what it's designed to do. There's still a little bit of residue there, but compared to what it was like, it's fantastic. This was solid along here, and I've got a bit of residue there on the plastic bumper. That's just from the water drying from pressure washing it, so it will get that off. But as you can see, it hasn't stained the rubber or the plastic or stripped any paint. So there's my review of the Autosmart Congo. Have you used it yourself? If you have, let me know in the comments below. How have you found it and what have you used it on? If you found this video useful, please do click the thumbs up. That really does help. Do subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next video.